Hey, that might be the hottest take of the year. Right?
No, and that might be. Unfortunately, we might have to move into that realm because we don't know. Again, you waiting for the elephant in the room, and the elephant hasn't really came into the room yet. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting on Wilkins to really, you know what I'm saying, to play for us. So it's a situation. Hey, before Jeff comes in, I really want Chewy to have his take. What say you on, you know what I'm saying, a player on the roster that you think, might be a piece that we're going to be counting on this year?
Yeah, I mean, just when you get to the defensive back, I was thinking Chin, man. Just to have a guy back there that could roam around and kind of fit into any position back there that he needs to. And just from watching last year, bro, we were getting beat, dog, on the deep balls, and that shit was, I mean, that defensive back, man, was terrible. And I feel like Jeremy Chin, he could kind of come in here and light guys up like we expected Abrams to do, but Abram, he was missing tackles and trying to knock guys' heads off, which, I mean, is good to do, but when you're missing fucking 70% of your tackles, you're not going to cut it on the team, you know what I mean? So I think Chin will be a guy to look out for, just based on he's a good targeter, and he can kind of fit into any role back there that he needs to.
Chin's a really good player, man. Yeah. I liked him a lot when he went to the Carolina Panthers. I was like, oh, they knocked that because they drafted the corner in the first round, and then they drafted him in the second. Who was that corner? Is it Joe Horn? The corner, something. He plays. His father played football. J.C. Horn or something like that. Yeah, that dude's a fucking stud, bro. They got him and they got fucking Chin in the second. Chin probably could have been a first round pick that year, guys. The issue with Chin, bro, is he's never really had a good, stable organization until he really went to Washington. Like, he played in Carolina, dog. Like, that
anybody
Carolina
who plays there
coach was there for 1 year and went back to college or some shit, dude.
Fuck this, huh?
No, Chin's a baller. They're gonna be missing him in Washington.
Yeah, he's a baller, dude.
And
he brings it, dude. He brings it, dog. He brings it, bro. And I love players like that.
I like that shit, yeah.
Because that kind of shit, bro. You guys play football, bro. That shit is fucking contagious, dog. Boy, bro, I've only played varsity football. You feel me? I'm gonna be real, but when one of my homies go out there and just crack a motherfucker during the game, I'm like, all right, bro, let's fucking go. I'm about to one up your ass, bro. Yeah. And that's how the whole team gets, bro. That's the reason why the Legion of Boom was so good, bro. Yeah. All those dudes were trying to one up each other, gang. All of them. Cam, Earl, Bobby, Bennett. They were all trying to one up Sherman. Even Brandon Browner, dude, the fuck Brandon Browner was before he was in Seattle. That dude was a bust.
Oh, go ahead. Hop in, Jeff. What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, what up, Jeff?
What's up? How we doing tonight?
Hey, Jeff, we got 3 spots open. We got 3 guys right here. I don't know if they're down to jump in on that fantasy we got going on.
Because I know Angelo's already in it, right?
Yeah, Angelo's in.
I'll join. I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. I ain't never even really played fantasy gang, but I'll kick the doors in with you guys if y'all are cool with that.
Oh, that's just fun, bro.
What's going on, Gravy?
I've never got into it, bro, to be honest.
What's going on with you, fam?
The 1 year I did get into fantasy football, dog, was that year where Chubb blew his leg off, dog. And I drafted him in the top 5, bro, and he blew his fucking leg off week 1. I'm like, all right, well, see you next year.
Henry was a guy for me. Henry got me fucking a shitload of points last year in fantasy.
Yeah, I mentioned it though.
And I hit a bunch of parlays with fucking Henry too, bro.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm down though.
I made the dumb mistake of taking McCaffrey.
To answer my own question, I think people are slowly talking about him, but I think he might have a bigger role than we expect. And I think it's Michael Mayer. I really for some reason I'm feeling that Michael Mayer is going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying, in regards to the tight end room. I know that we got Brock Bowers there, and everybody's like, "What the hell are you talking about? We got Brock Bowers." But I think there's something. I
wear knee pads for Brock Bowers, and I ain't even gonna say that. I do like Michael Mayer a lot too, dude. I really do.
I think that whole mental, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to play into all that, but I think with Pete Carroll being in the room and him having conversation with him, I think we might see a whole nother, You know what I'm saying? Like when I'll say it like this: when Michael Mayer first played, first came with us, he was. You could say, hey, he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was holding it down. So I think he'll get back to that and may even be better than that because of all the other weapons that we have. So I'm really looking at Michael Mayer not just being an auxiliary piece, but actually being his number might be called on certain downs, you know what I'm saying, in certain plays and stuff with Chip Kelly.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. If we can, this is the reason why I want Michael Mayer to work, dude. Like, if we can get Michael Mayer to work after the season we just got from Brock Bowers, dude, we can get, what year was that? 2007 Patriots, 2009, whenever, when they had Randy Moss, they had Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. Bruh, we literally, arguably, because some people could say the tight end that was drafted last year, Sam Laporta, was better than Michael Mayer, but you guys can argue that till the cows come home. They're both really good in college. One was just drafted in the first and one wasn't. But what I'm getting at is, dude, we literally got two of the best fucking tight ends to play college football in the back-to-back years, bro. Like, we have fucking tight ends, bro. Like, I would honestly go out and say our tight ends are better. Our tight end room's better than our whole fucking offense, dude, except maybe Genty, dog. Except maybe Genty. Bowers is better than Jacoby and the rest of our fucking receivers. You know what I'm saying? That's why my takes on the offense this year predicate a lot off the years when we had Waller, where everybody was worried about a number one wide receiver. And I keep trying to tell y'all, Bowers is going to be the number one wide receiver, just like Darren Waller was back then. Yes, do you want your standout prototypical X wide receiver? Yes, every team does. But every team would pray to have a tight end the way we got Brock Bowers. So if Michael Mayers and Brock can mesh, bro, that's the hardest position to cover, dude. You can't cover him with safeties and you can't cover him with linebackers. I mean, look at what they fucking did with Bowers last year, guys. They put fucking, who's that motherfucker from the Trent McDuffie? That dude's an all pro. They were putting him on Bowers and Bowers was killing him. The only chance they had was in the second game against Denver where they finally put Surtain on Bowers.
Yep.
But that was the second game. The first game, Brock cooked. But the second game,
they weren't expecting it. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah. Malik Neighbors,
Brock
Bowers is way better than Malik Neighbors. I like Malik. It's just he's a tight end.
But the good thing with that is not every team's got a guy like Surtain. So Broncos have that, that ability to do that. Not every team's got that ability. Yeah. Which is why he still kick some teams' asses. As far as my play that I think we're going to be, I'm telling you, I think that kid Rodgers is gonna make an impact sooner than later this season. Okay. At the latest, the bye week. I think it's going to be sooner than the bye week, where he takes over that starting spot on the right side of guard.
I love Caleb. Yeah, he's got the heavy hands.
I do too.
You can hear it. And he's powerful. You can hear the power. He plays a little aggressive. I'd like to pair him up with JPJ as young as possible and let them grow together. I think that could be some brewing pretty nice. And then mine would be JPJ because he automatically makes both of those guard positions better. So that's three positions upgraded automatically. Him just playing his natural position. It's I think Kappa. I think I'm not high on Kappa, but I think that he and JPJ get along. They're like peas in a pod. Their personalities.
I think with Kappa, it's going to be that veteran experience.
They're gonna mesh pretty well. So JPJ might just make it work. So, yeah.
And then on top of that, you got DJ giving folks the glaze. You know what I'm saying? That right tackle.
Yeah, he's another guy to watch out for.
He's strong too. He's strong as well.
Dude,
that'd be a strong right side.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a press conference of his until just the other day, dude, bro. That's a smart kid, bro. He's humble and I like him a lot, bro. I only had to hear him talk one time. I'm like, okay, I'm sold on DJ Glaze. It wasn't even from his playing, bro. Like, obviously, we're like, yeah, you feel me? He's a really good tackle, right? But when I actually sat down and listened to the kid talk, Yeah, dude, he's super humble. You could tell he's a big fucking dude, bro, just by the size of his fucking head. He's like a pit bull, right? When you get a pit bull, you want the pit bull with the big ass head. That's that motherfucker is, bro. So he's
blue nose.
Well, when they did their pressers this week, and he was up there at the podium, I didn't realize how big he really was until he was standing there. I was like, God, this guy is fucking huge. He's a big bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was him coming out of the draft. That was one of the things that stuck out for him was, everybody wants to say pause, but I'm gonna say it anyway. His size, you know what I'm saying? Him being, the size he was, it was just, and the other report that was coming out at that time was, he didn't have it all together, but he was coachable. You know what I'm saying? When he was at the Senior Bowl and they were showing him how to do, hey, I need you to learn this. He was a quick learner. He was stepping right into it and doing it. So, this is what we saw last year and how well he played as a rookie. Even
third rounder too at that.
Yeah, even with Pete Carroll was talking about that second year. You know what I'm saying? That second year jump, and we're definitely going to see that with JPJ and with DJ Glaze.
Well, let's not forget though, like Delmar Glaze was extremely strong when we drafted him. He had the highest bench rep at the combine. You know what I'm saying? It was like you said, Twuan. It's like he was big, like he had the gift, right? Now, are you going to be able to be coached with that gift, right? My fucking knock on Tyree Wilson, bro. Hate to fucking beat a dead horse, but there you go. There you have it.
Here we are again.
Big, has all the skills, not coachable. You can't coach this guy. I feel like motherfucking Mike Singletary when he walked out versus the Niners. Can't coach him, won't play for him. You guys remember that legendary Mike Singletary shit when he went off on Vernon Davis?
Yeah.
That's Tyree Wilson in a fucking nutshell, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, here we are, starting year three, and we're still like, well, maybe we'll see something from this shit. It's a number 7 overall pick.
And he's working with Max Crosby every offseason. How much better do you need you know what I mean?
Obviously, whatever it is he's doing, he ain't sinking in.
He don't give a fuck.
He's not getting
got
it.
his bag, bro.
He's not
one of
hungry.
those guys, bro. I hate saying that, bro. I just think he's got his bag.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that, I mean, this is the reason why the majority of first round picks in the history of the league, they missed and they hit. It's because a lot of these guys, they work their ass off to get to that first round. They get their bag and they just go out there and they just, shoot the shit and let it be.
Well, for the motions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm paid. I'm chilling.
Yeah. Like, why? I mean, if you're not going to push me, why the fuck should I do it? I mean, if they're going to let Tyree Wilson play like that and not put in no effort, why should he give effort? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, you feel me? I've heard a lot of people, and I hope it's true, bro. Like, obviously now we're going back to Tyree, right? But I hope, because people said that they think Pete Carroll is going to get the best out of Tyree, bro. I think Pete Carroll is going to get the best out of a lot of these players because he breeds competition. It's just, once again, to go back to Delmar, are they going to be coachable?
I just don't think
you have a lot of guys, but are they coachable?
I don't think Tyree got the motor in him to want to even be great like that, because you'd see him there on time early to practice and
me either, dog.
All the updates I've heard. Yeah, he's barely getting there on time.
Yeah. I mean, when your center dude is out there like outworking you, bro, with your superstar player that plays your same position, and this dude's getting blown up, but you're not doing shit, like, where are you? You're first round pick. I know they would love to talk about you. They don't want to talk about Jackson. Jackson's obviously a great personality. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, sorry. What
I shut up. I thought you were making an announcement.
No, I was trying to type something and it just went crazy. Sorry about that.
No, you good.
I ain't even trying to do
I guess we're done. I'm going home.
Yeah. Screw you guys. I'm going home. I will say I will pose another question to keep the conversation going. We do have money in the cap. You know what I'm saying? Space. We got some money to spend. But what do you think? What do you think the best thing we should do with that money?
Get Ramsey.
Yeah, I'm with that.
You get Jalen Ramsey, and I'm happy. I think that's it. You're done for it, and just roll with what you got after that.
Okay. Anybody else got something different?
I like Ramsey too. I want Jair, bro. I'm I'm gonna be real. I want Jair Alexander.
With them.
His injuries been concerning over the last couple of years. But Jalen Ramsey, to me, he's past his prime, bro. He's like what, 31, going on 32. I mean, can he be productive for us? Yeah, I'm sure he can still be productive, but I think I'd rather pay a little bit less money and get Jair, who's only 28 years old, and hope that we can get some kind of bounce back from his injury. I don't think he's an injury prone player. I just think it's been rough for him the last couple of years, because before the last 2 seasons where he's missed 7 games, he was never injured, and he's always been considered as one of the top corners in the league, right up there with Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
But like I said, my issue with Jalen really is just the age. Like, I love Jalen. I wouldn't be mad if we picked him up.
He's a pros pro. He's a pros pro. He could show the young cornerback room a thing or two. He could play all positions. He'd be perfect in this Pete Carroll system, bro. I think he brings some energy to that defense as well.
I think along with that, like and again, I wouldn't be mad if he did come in, but I think looking at the roster and where we are, I think they're holding off some of that money because we're going to have to pay some guys. You know what I'm saying? We have to pay, there's some contracts that even right now are being hinted on the podium that I don't think people are really realizing. You got Colton Miller that's looking for a contract. Daniel Carlson was looking for a contract. Jacoby Myers is looking for a contract. And then on top of that, you have guys that we just signed on a 1-year deal, like, Devin White and all those linebackers. And what happens if they, what happens if they ball out? You know what I'm saying? They gonna want, we're going to need some money to throw at them if we want to, keep them around. So I think some of that money, they're saving because they project that Malcolm Kuntz, Ben, you know what I'm saying? He's on a 1-year shooter, you know what I'm saying? And if he balls out, he's going to want that. He's going to want the bag, and we're going to have the bag. You know what I'm saying? So
$20 million.
Hey, right? So I think as much as we will want to ball out, you know what I'm saying? Like a $20 at the dollar store, I don't think we can, because what if these guys ball out that need contracts?
And we still got to pay Colton, bro. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Let's just address the elephant in the room. I mean, the dude's being super humble about it, and he's not saying shit, which I don't expect him to. You feel me? Like, I've always got that vibe from Colton. He's just, you feel me? Like, I'm Raider. You feel me? Like, that's why I fuck with Colton, because he's Raider, bro. Like, you can tell it, bro. Like, just the way he plays, the way he's out there, the way he talks. I mean, of course he's gonna want to say he's a Raider for life, bro. But like, that dude could have ditched on us plenty of times, bro. He ain't never ditched on us. And I see Nate up there smiling, bro. But motherfucking, you cannot argue the fact that when Colton Miller's out there, bro, he's had one really bad injury that he's still coming back from, that I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on. But when he's at 100%, dude, you can't name me 10 offensive tackles in the AFC that's better than him, bro. You just can't. I'd arguably say Colton Miller's a top 6 offensive tackle in the National Football League that plays on the left side of a right-handed quarterback that's used to protect a quarterback's fucking blind side. Like, Colton,
I get it, bro. He's been solid, but my thing is we haven't been winning with him. I think I don't want to, you know what I mean? It's not, he's not like he's not going to change the game for me. Obviously,
with Max Crosby neither. So
yeah, and I was willing to let Max go. That's what, you know where I stand.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I see his production going down. He's older. He's longer in the tooth. He wants to be here. He's saying all the right things. So I'm not gonna talk on him badly. But I do think
Raider, bro. He from the town.
Yeah,
bro. East Bay 5-1 business. You heard?
That's like all like fanboy shit. I think I want to win, bro. Like I don't care how long you've been here.
I know. I want to win too. I'm just saying that just adds on to the shit, though. You feel me?
Yeah. I would say Ben and Nate, along with the conversation, I think, when you look at, again, I keep saying, when we look at our roster, who's ready to slide into left tackle? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say Charles Grant, but is he really ready? to anchor the left side right now.
Not right now.
I know.
After
I know.
this year,
So
we don't have a plan in place.
Yeah, we don't have a plan B. So it's like even if we wanted to get rid of Colton Miller, we don't have anybody, ready to slide into that. So I'm not saying that we need to give Colton Miller a 5-year, contract, but we at least need to sign him to allow, allow the Charles Grant or whoever they really think is going to be our left tackle, enough time to be that left tackle. But right now, if we get rid of Colton Miller, we really tore up.
Yeah, we're up Shit's Creek with no paddle, dude.
So I get it. I get it. Like with Colton Miller, he's getting up to the age. Yeah, he's banged up here and there. I see both sides. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I do see both sides. But when you look at the roster, who's next? And
nobody.
You telling me a seventh rounder? Well, I'm not a seventh rounder, but a late round. Charles Grant is going to be the it. Third round? Was he third round?
He was a third round, but still, do you really expect a third round to come in and be your starting left tackle day one? No, you don't. That's setting your team back for fucking failure. You don't do that.
No, yeah, I think we give Colton Miller. My bad, Angelo. But I think we give Colton Miller. We give Colton Miller like 2 years, 3 years, and with that last year, kind of
that's where I'm at, Nate.
We kind of let him go if he's bad, but. I don't want to overpay him, just like anybody else. I don't want to overpay these guys. We just had a losing season. I respect that he's out there and he's saying all the right things. I like that. But
yeah, no, I don't think Colton Miller will get overpaid at all. I think I think Colton knows he's going to be a Raider. I think the front office is just trying to make the numbers work the right way. But if you guys, again, if you notice, everybody's kind of on a show us what you got year this year. Even like all of our linebackers are on 1-year contracts, right? Jordan Meredith's on a 1-year contract. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Colton is kind of like what Ben and Nate are saying, like closer to maybe what Gino's contract kind of looks like. Because even though Gino's contract looks big, we can still get out of it. If let's say we draft Drew Aller this next draft, because we'll be picking number 11, Jeff. And we get Drew Aller.
I hope not, dude. God damn it.
I know.
I'm just keeping it real, Raider band. I'm just keeping it real. So,
okay, well, I feel you.
But we get Drew Aller. Gino knows what he's there for, and Gino's not going to be afraid of Drew Aller. But same thing. Like, eventually, man, we're going to need to take our who is our left tackle of the future. And I don't know if Charles Grant. Charles Grant. What is it? Division II. Right, Division II football. I don't know. He's a good talent, but he's going to need to grow into something like that. I think that there might be like another left tackle that we could draft next year or whatnot. So like I said, I mean, again, Colton Miller is cool. I think Colton Miller's not trying to get the major bag. I think he probably wants some guaranteed money this year and maybe some guaranteed money going into next year or like a big bonus or something. But Colton Miller's not going anywhere, Twuan. He's left tackles don't grow on trees, man. Jeff will tell you.
That part, dog. That can't be said enough. You say that louder for the motherfucker across the street over there.
No, but there's a Ben, and I'm with you. Like we do that. So I hear it all the time. Us as content creators, we see all and we hear all, and people are so quick to get rid of him, and he gotta go. He's a bum. And then you look, and I'm like, who's behind him that's really gonna take his spot?
Hey, we could go get Andres Pete, bro.
Nobody.
Andres Pete.
Fuck off, Andres Pete. Fuck off.
We ain't got nobody. So just let it be until we get somebody in here that can take it over and go. And I said it earlier today, in regards to some of our players, I don't think sink or swim works with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a benefit when you draft a guy and there's a starter already there and he's just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, in the crock pot, waiting for his turn. So when it is time for him, you know what I'm saying, and dinner is ready to be served, he's bringing a full course meal. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the sink or swim. Oh, you a 4th rounder? Go ahead and get out there, son. Good luck now.
Yeah, fuck all that. I'm trying to win.
We need to have enough depth on this team where the starter is pretty much already here. Yeah, you're a 3rd round pick, and yeah, we're going to need you at some point, but not right now. We need you to just learn. And I think that's benefits to some of these young guys. I think it's going to take some time for, the Charles Brandon and the Rodgers to be those guys. I think they can be starters, but not right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to go back on what Tony was saying earlier in the chat, bro, like Colton Miller's number 17th right now in salary for left tackles in the National Football League. Like, you can say whatever the hell you want about Colton Miller, but does he not deserve to be higher paid than 17th? 17th, bro. Like, I feel like I feel like top 10 left tackle, he's still not getting paid, overpaid. If he's at 17 right now, bro, I'd be willing to make him a top 10 paid left tackle in the league. But it would be a contract like Nate said. It's because of his age and because of his injury history of the last couple of years. You're getting 2 years. So I'm going to give you 2 years for sure. If you can go out there, you can be healthy. You feel me? Then maybe you'll get that 3rd year. But I'm with you. I don't think we're going to get 3 more years out of Colton. I'm just being real. Like, I think we got maybe on a good thing. I think we got 2 good years left out of Colton.
Yeah. I think a good 2. Maybe that, like you said, that 2-3 contract, you know what I'm saying, for sure 2 years, you know what I'm saying, we can get out of it that 3rd year, and hopefully by that 2nd or 3rd year, that left tackle's already on our roster. That's going to take over for, you know what I'm saying? Then, hey, Charles Grant, go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, and who's to say within the next couple of years the Raiders don't spend like I said, bro, like I'm not totally against drafting linemen in the 1st round, because obviously, bro, like linemen in the 1st round, like Colton was one, right? Like, it's not the sexy pick, but it builds your trenches for years. Who's to say the Raiders in 2 years don't draft a tackle in the 1st round or the 2nd round? You know what I'm saying? A top tackle. Like, it's good. I'd be willing to bet you it's going to happen, especially the history of Spy Tech in Tampa Bay. All that dude does is draft linemen, bro. He'll get you your home run picks when your home run picks are there, the Ashton Genty type players, and then he's going to go out and fucking try to build your trenches up, bro. Like, that's why a lot of people were surprised with the first few picks, and then boom, he started building his trenches up, bro. He's going to do that every year. You're going to get 2 or 3, maybe even 4 offensive linemen every single year with Spy Tech, bro. Like, he's gonna bring competition to the trenches for sure. So.
Some of the UDFAs too at guard, I was pretty impressed with some of the guys we picked up. The UDFAs in general, we got some gems back there.
Which ones were you looking at? Because I did a whole live on certain ones that I thought were intriguing.
Doss was one of them. There's a whole list. Joyner is another one, I think.
Okay.
Joyner, you had the defensive tackle or the defensive end.
And there's another defensive end.
Didn't Chris do an interview with Josh Joyner?
Yeah, he did one with Josh Joyner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to Chris too, by the way.
All kinds of, and then a couple of guards. I forget, from like one of them was from LSU, I think.
Mello Dotson was one of mine.
Yep.
I'm looking at my list. Josh Joyner. You said a defensive end. Let me see if I had another one on here. I did have Tank Booker, the big body nose tackle from SMU. I liked, right receiver wise, I liked Zachary Franklin. From
I didn't dive into any of the UDFAs, man.
UTSA and Illinois. Yeah.
I hate when I don't dive into UDFAs and they end up making the team and being good. It's just 9 times out of 10, like these dudes don't never really do shit. So like I I hate coming on here and be like, well, what if he does this and what if he does that?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Gainer was one of the few that
yeah, dog. And shout out to you, bro. But you were the first motherfucker I even heard about talking to Amari Gainer, dog.
Amari Ferrari.
And that boy came out in that preseason, bro. And in my opinion, dog, I don't think there was a defensive player in the entire NFL that looked better than Amari Gainer in that fucking preseason, bro.
His college film, bro. He's more of an edge rusher. He can get to the quarterback. He's just a football player, bro. I don't know if he's going to cut it out at linebacker. I don't know because I'm not hearing a lot about him. Not as much as I feel like we should be. So I think
he's got some real deal talent and from a real deal NFL talent. That's why, Nate.
He's a football player.
And Nate, I think also because we're so right now, if you look at our roster, we're kind of flooded. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As veterans, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of polarizing veterans that are in that room. You have, you know what I'm saying? Roberts, you have, White, you have Pratt, Jalen Smith, from the Cowboys is in there because we got another Jalen Smith that's on the team too. So, but Jalen Smith from the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? Michael Bennett was a guy that I did a whole live on, you know what I'm saying? And he's a vet. You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole lot of vets in that room that
talented vets too, though.
Yeah.
We let that be known.
Yeah. So that might be why the young bucks ain't really getting, you know what I'm saying? You might hear them a little bit, but not as much as, you know what I'm saying, these vets that are in there cooking too.
Well, let's let this sink in, bro. Like
Jalen Smith is listed as a third stringer too on the depth shot.
Let's let this sink in, bro. Like Pratt was like just on almost the same exact level coverage-wise as Spillane, right? The amount we got Pratt, Landon Roberts, and Devin White for, we paid for all them three linebackers, dog, for less than what Spillane got in New England. We got three linebackers for the price of what they paid him. Bob Spillane, bro, is going on 32 years old. Like I was like, he was productive for us, bro, but I was not one of them big time, oh, the world is coming to an end because we lost Bob Spillane fans, bro. Like, he was a good player for us, bro. But you want to know why he looks so good for us? Because we never get middle linebackers that are worth a fuck, dude. Of course he's going to come in and look for us, bro. How many fucking middle linebackers do we ever get that come and do anything, bro? Like, so of course he's going to stat out. He's going to,
a long time.
Exactly. In my opinion, Spillane just came in and was a linebacker for us. You guys just saw what a linebacker is. That's what Spillane, he was a fucking linebacker. But he's not the only fucking linebacker in the NFL, dog.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Geno. Just to be honest with you, I think everybody's so ooh and on about Geno, and it's like, he's just being a quarterback.
Well, at least Geno's a top 10 quarterback, though.
No, but I'm saying we've been so deprived in that room at quarterback play. It's just like anybody that does like the basic quarterback stuff, it's like ooh, ah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it.
Well, that's the thing with Geno though, Twuan. It's like he's very basic in what he does, but he's very fundamental in what he does, bro. He makes everything look so easy. You want to know why? It's because he does everything the right way, bro. That's and people, you can talk about his interceptions all you want. And the last two seasons, respectfully, in Seattle, 2.5 and 2.2 average seconds to throw in Seattle behind that offensive line. The dude threw for over 4,000 yards and was the most the highest completion percentage in the NFL, and he only had 2 seconds to throw the fucking football, dude. You feel me? Like, I know our offensive line ain't great, but I guarantee you he's gonna get more than 2 seconds to throw the fucking football.
Hey, I gotta bring in a special guest. We getting it moving and popping, you guys. Hey, thanks everybody
on a late night.
Everybody hit that like button and subscribe to all these people on the channel. I mean, on this channel and whatever. Click like, subscribe on all these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Get it popping. Hey, Deacons, make sure you get the link for all these guys in the chat so everybody knows where these brothers are. They are all good content creators, and they, you know what I'm saying, they give their Raider gospel. This is another guy that brings his Raider gospel, but he brings it from the land down under.
My guy.
What's up, brother?
What's up, gang?
Happy Father's Day to everyone officially. Happy Father's Day in Australia.
Thank you.
AR.
Thank you.
all the real fathers too, because there's a lot of deadbeats out there. No, fuck you. You know,
Yeah.
all the real fathers that take
Out
care
of
of their
daddy.
kids, like Dirty said earlier. Happy Father's Day, bro.
Just because your girl call you daddy, that don't mean it counts. You know what I'm saying?
Out of
I'm
Pepe.
talking about your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? If your lady calls you daddy, that don't mean you Father's Day. You know what I'm saying?
Give me your cornbread.
That's clear. Alpha
take
Costa,
some of
what's
that
good with you,
cornbread.
man?
They are.
What's good, gang? I saw the whole panel was full, so I had to pull up one time.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
about to
leaving
dip,
now.
actually. Yeah, I was about to dip.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Nick.
Get up,
Hey,
get up.
hey,
No,
Jeff,
not because AR is here, but it was just.
It's
Yeah.
midnight. I feel it.
Yeah.
Gotta
Nate's
wake up.
been way past due. He was supposed to be gone at
I've had a
11.
long day, so I'm trying
Yeah,
to
some
unwind a little bit. Much love,
Yeah,
Nate.
y'all enjoy yourselves. It's good to see y'all.
Just
Y'all,
win, baby
happy
boy. You
Father's
know
Day
what
for
time it
sure.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
I'll
win, baby.
Night. I'm seeing you tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. I'll be
be there tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nate.
Peace.
Much love.
You
baby.
guys
know
definitely
how it is.
subscribe to
Just
another
win,
Raider
baby.
Nate. You know what I'm saying? He's on his way out.
Peace, Night.
Later.
Jeff, you said you wanted to take off.
No, I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it just me, or is Jeff and Nate's cameras bugging a little bit?
That's because I got my lights off. If I turn my light on, it's better.
It looks fine to me. God damn, now it looks like shit. God damn. Okay, now it looks better.
I'm not as bouncy. It's just something with the when
I
I shut
think
the
you're
lights
going
off, it
blind.
gets a little. Yeah, might be that too.
Yeah, Alpha Costa, we were. Did you catch any of the conversation of what we were talking to? You want to add something to it, or?
Oh, she's hungry.
Yeah. Look, I side with Benther on this one. With in regards to Colton Miller, there is no better option at the moment. If we're going to look to waiver wire because we're not going to re-sign him, who's there? Are we really going to make another Andres Pete type deal and trust him to plug in that left side? Absolutely not. I mean, if they were better than Colton Miller, they wouldn't be free agents at the moment. Like, left tackle is one of the most important, most valuable positions, and most of your half decent caliber free agents that would have been there would have been gone by now. So all that's left is a scrap heap. And as far as it's Charles Grant is the left tackle. Charles Grant is the tackle and Caleb Rogers is the guard, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I get it too confused. So Charles Grant is a guy that I'm glad that they drafted and give him time to get up to speed and develop to be maybe the guy who can take over. But do I want him taking over day one? Absolutely not.
No. It's not a smart football move.
No.
Like, you feel me? Like, that's why I say before, like, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can reiterate this shit, like, football's not based off how you feel about somebody, bro. It's about who's gonna help you win football games, period, bro. You feel me? Like, they don't give a fuck what your name is. That's why I say, like, don't ever fall in love with players. And I tell you that from somebody who got his heart broken. I fell in love with players. When we traded Khalil Mack, I almost cried. I almost went home after work, curled up into a pillow, and fucking cried that day. Because I told my audience, I told everybody close to me, if there's one player the Raiders will never fucking trade, and I've seen us trade a lot of talent, bro, we're never going to trade Khalil Mack, dude. And when we fucking traded Khalil Mack, dog, I'm like, yep, I'm never doing this again. I'm never fucking doing this again, bro. And, like, as much as I love Bowers, if the Raiders think they can get better than Bowers, bro, they're going to let him go. And will it suck a little bit? Yeah, it's going to suck, but I'm not going to be – I'm never going to get tied to a player the way I was Khalil Mack. Like, motherfuckers think I have my knee pads on for Brock Bowers. Y'all motherfuckers didn't know me when Khalil Mack was on the Raiders, boy. I was Khalil Mack's #1 fan.
There's nothing wrong with appreciating greatness. I mean, it doesn't come along too often these days with the Raiders. So, I mean, Khalil Mack's my favorite player. I felt the same. Brock Bowers is great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with appreciating that. I mean, if and when the time comes to move on from these guys, as long as it's the right time and for the right price, or they just come to the end of their careers, then okay, it sucks. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna remember the good times and appreciate them for their services as a Raider rather than look at how it ended. But I mean, look, with Colton Miller, he's been a good Raider. He's been a good player. He's been out, 8 seasons now, and he's when everything else has been burning around him, he's shut his mouth and he's just gotten on with it.
Yep.
So
That's
for me,
exactly
like
what I said, bro.
it's everything I said that he there's no better option, but also like just pay the man what he's worth. Keep him in the door for 2 years and let Charles Grant develop, or if it's not Charles Grant, if he doesn't show enough in terms of like this year he sits, like there's enough progression there for him to be confident he can be the guy in time, then maybe just draft another one next season, whatever. But yeah, that's just
Colton Miller's a lunch pail guy, dude, and you want those guys in your team, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude just comes
that
to work.
quiet leader.
Exactly, Jeff. You know, bro. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker just come to work. You feel me? And does his shit and moves on. You feel me? And not only does he do his shit and move on, he does it at an elite level. Like I think people are too caught up on this really bad injury he's had. Like this is the only time that he's really ever truly had a bad injury like this, bro. Like at some point, this kind of shit happens, dog. You feel me? But the dude is top 10 at his position. Like I said, you can't name me 7 left tackles in the National Football in the National Football League. Not even the AFC anywhere, bro, that are better than Colton, bro.
And now let's go.
Did you see the negative tweet you put out last week?
Let's go to.
That's right. What I mean, he doesn't
complain.
He doesn't bitch about anything. He's not one of those guys that's out there putting everything out on social media. He's that quiet leader, leads by example, and as an offensive lineman, you couldn't ask for anything better. Just shut up, play the game, learn from him, let him do his thing, and he'll be there every week, day in and day out for you. And the guy's been that since he's been there. Yeah, he's been injured. Who hasn't in their career?
Right, exactly.
And even when he was injured last year, he still played, and he played pretty much damn near every game last year with no problem. The guy's... You can't replace a guy like that. I'm sorry.
The dude damn near blew his fucking knee out of his rookie season, dude, and played his entire fucking rookie season on a blown knee, dog, and didn't tell nobody, bro. They didn't make that shit fucking public until the off season. And he was diagnosed with a knee injury in like week 4. And the dude, because and that just goes to show how tough of a son of a bitch that dude is, bro. Because he had Kelechi Osemele next to him, dude, when he was a rookie. You feel me? And we lost Kelechi early, dude. We lost Kelechi early, dog. And Colton was like, man, I don't want to fucking. He had that mentality, like, bro, they can't lose me. You feel me? I'm gonna fucking play, type shit, bro. And he's been a pillar ever since, bro. He's been a fucking pillar, dog. Like I said, motherfuckers don't know how bad they got it until they got it bad, bro. Go out there and
find out when they let him. If they don't re-sign him,
they
won't be like, who the fuck are we gonna? Now you got to draft somebody and pray to God that he's that guy as a rookie. Okay.
Like they say, bro, you don't know what you got till it's gone, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
and again, I just hate, and it's not just Colton Miller, but I just hate, when we be so quick to get somebody out of here, but then the person behind him ain't even ready. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nobody, so why even play around with it? You know what I'm saying? We need to get to a place where, like I said, we got somebody behind there that's ready. That's already ready in the wings.
Well, I mean, let's be weird. Let's be off. What up, JT?
What's going on, JT?
Sorry, Twuan. Do I have background noise behind me? Is that why I had me muted?
Yeah.
No, you're on. Your mic's on.
No, he asked you.
Yeah, I know that, but
noise.
Sorry, my apologies for the background noise. My niece is in the background.
Oh, okay. No, I was just trying to see if everybody was. I was trying to figure out who it was without really, pointing it out. But then I realized I was like, whatever.
My apologies.
It's all good, man. It's
you're fine.
Yeah, I wasn't tripping, bro. I get it, bro. I have kids too, bro. I get it. It is what it is.
Father's Day, everybody, relax.
Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah.
Well, now you're going to be positive now, Angela, after that debacle of the win-loss record.
Whatever, dude. You're such a Jeff is such a drama queen. He knew what my floor pick was 4 weeks ago.
Well, let's be real,
dog. A few weeks ago, I thought you were kidding. I didn't think you were serious.
Oh, I was serious. I was dead serious.
Jesus.
Well, let's be real, dog. As much I don't like that record prediction, it was better than 4 wins.
Yeah, and I said our ceiling would be 9, and believe me, I want to be wrong. I want my wife to be right. She thinks we're going to win 12 games and go to the playoffs and shit.
Angela, we disagree on a lot of things and a lot of takes, but that's something I side with you on. Like I feel like this is that's my expectation too. I don't see us going to the playoffs. I don't see us making Super Bowls year 1. I expect us to be better. I expect us to be trending upwards. So yeah, I'm there with you. I think
year 2, I expect us to be a playoff
7 and
team.
10, 9 and
9 and
8. Yeah, type deal, and that's okay. Year 1, I can live with that. Like if it's better than that, I'm happy.
He had us winning 5 games, right? Is that what he came out with?
Fuck you, wins? Jeff. I had us winning 7. You could suck it.
Oh, wow!
He said you can
get defensive.
He Generation X.
Yeah, motherfucker. How about that?
So
yeah, I had our floor at 9 wins. I had our floor at 9 wins. I had our ceiling at 12. A lot of it has to do with I think the upgrade at quarterback alone is going to give us 2 to 3 more wins alone. I think Ashton Jeanty is probably going to give us a win or 2 alone. And Pete Carroll's track record goes to show that usually he don't have a losing record. So, if we go 9 and 8, we get 9 wins. That's where I feel like where we should be at, but I wouldn't be mad at 7. Obviously it's not fucking pleasing. We're not going to make the playoffs, blah, 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 blah. But we've seen progression, bro. And that's what it's all about. Like, I hate to see 7 wins, but
I'm in that 8,
getting better.
9 and 8. I'm in that range.
Yeah. See, Alec, I'm right there, bro. 9, I feel like ours our floor with 12 being our ceiling.
Well, my whole thing.
We're going to make playoffs? No, I don't think we're going to.
Yeah, my whole thing, Ben, was that, and again, we realistically did the count, and there could be like swing games here and there, right? But we win 7, we pick number 11, we get Drew Aller. Now that was my whole thing. Yeah, I think Drew Aller might drop that low as a quarterback for Penn State.
Well, respectfully, I don't look at the draft until the offseason of the next year.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
You feel me? Like I hope that we're drafting 32. So.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Mm-hmm. If we're drafting within the top 10 again, I'm gonna be pissed. We better be drafting outside of the top 10. If we're inside the top 10, that's just no better than what we just did. If we're drafted in the top 10 because we traded into it, okay, that's different.
Yeah. Right.
So something has to go completely wrong for us to. I'm just gonna say it. Something has to go completely wrong for us to go. You know what I'm saying, and be top 10 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want to think about that because you're talking about serious injuries to more than one person.
And J-Dog, I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there. Obviously, Jeanty will get us more than 2 wins. I'm just trying to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, bro. I'm just trying to sum out how we can get more wins from being 4-win team last year to get a 9-win team this year.
Because our quarter. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alfakazi.
No, you go. I'll go after you.
Just real quick. Just on the top of my head, the quarterback play alone, it should get us out of the top 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
We hope.
I was just gonna ask the panel, since Raider Ben is here, and you were just talking about Ashton Jeanty running backs. Who's that third running back making the team after preseason? Who you guys got? If we take,
I got
Sincere McCormick, man.
Yeah, I got Sincere McCormick.
Oh.
Jeff,
I'd have to agree. I don't think White makes it.
About you, Twuan. Who's your third man?
He's got to say Zamir. I could see it.
Don't fucking say Zamir.
I can read it.
All right, he's got an opinion. Go ahead.
I gotta say Zeus.
He wants to say it.
I know.
I gotta say Zeus. I
hope you're right.
And the reason why is because I think as much as some of it may be on him personally. You know what I'm saying? Some of the issues of his play can be on him. I think Chip Kelly drawing up, dialing running plays that he can call if he does go in, and then also having that variety of back. Zeus is our biggest back in the room. So I don't, that's where I kind of see it maybe possibly being. Now, I'm not saying Sincere's not playing well, and he's there is been talked about him playing well in camp, but I just think to have that variety, to have a big back, I think they might have him be that third guy.
I mean, if he produces, bro, I mean, I don't really give a shit, bro. Because like I said this before, bro, I really don't give a fuck who the third back is. Just being real with you, I just want to win.
I was just asking the question.
I feel you. No, I'm not. I'm just saying though. You feel me? Like if Zamir White wins, fuck, that's gonna help us win. I'm with that. But I think just based off what we saw last year, barring an injury from Sincere McCormick, dude, we probably would have had at the end of the year maybe a respectable running game. I don't think we would have been 32 if Sincere McCormick stayed healthy. He was the only guy that could really run with that O-line last year, dude. Like obviously
Amir Abdullah.
Amir Abdullah did late when he finally got some time. You feel me? To really run the ball.
Actually traditional running snaps, not just, catching the ball off the backfield and trying to, get 15 yards on a 3rd and 15. Like that's what Amir was given, but when they actually gave him snaps, like to really run the ball, yeah, we did look a little better.
I just know if we get anything out of Mostert, dude, that is Mostert like, dude. Mostert. I don't know if y'all know how good Mostert is.
Mostert was a beast, bro.
Mostert had 22 touchdowns just a couple of years ago, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mostert,
dog.
Mostert,
I'm looking at JT's comments like, what the fuck? But that's just who JT is, bro.
Yeah, no.
I love JT. Mostert, we had a very heated debate about the point.
I think I was there.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, Mostert in the red zone. He knows how to find that end zone, man. I was actually saying, and this was a hot topic, is in Turf Show we'll talk like about the running backs, but Raheem Mostert might actually get more touchdowns this year than Ashton Genty, because he might be that guy that they put in that. I mean, again, if you go off of the year that Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane were partnered up. And that's in Raider Ben, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. When Mostert and Achane was partnered up.
Machine, bro.
Yep, he's a touchdown.
He's not getting more. He's not getting more carries than Ashton Genty.
No, he
said I didn't say carries. Why does Afakasi always said that? I said touchdowns. I didn't say carries.
Touchdowns. I thought you said carries.
No, I said touchdowns, and that's red zone. That's why I was saying.
I do believe Genty will have more yards.
My apologies. I thought you said carries.
I would not be surprised if Mostert has more touchdowns. Mostert's just he's a touchdown machine, bro. He's been like that over the last 4 or 5 years. He just knows how to get in the end zone, dude. Mm-hmm. And obviously it helps when you run as fast as he does, dude. You get Mostert with a head of steam with a couple blockers in front of you. I'm telling you right now, dude, good luck tackling him.
And if Chip Kelly can dial up some of those things, like I said, Chip Kelly has a broad range of running style plays that he can, if this O-line gets it together, who doesn't say that, Chip Kelly pulls some pages from, Kyle Shanahan and what Mostert really got down with in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? You like that running play in San Francisco? Okay, we're going to dial this up on goal line for you. You know what I'm saying? It might be a type of situation like that. So we don't know how it's going to play, but I will say, because Chip Kelly has said it, is that whoever is going to be on the field, he's going to put them in the best position to succeed. So it might be plays, hey, Mostert, what you like? You know what I'm saying? Ashton, what you like? And they run it that way.
Well,
it's still a run play, but it'll be something tailored to, the running back, cup of tea.
Mostert, I believe, was the one who was drafted by Chip. Chip knows more about Mostert than any other head coach in the National Football League, dude. He knows what Mostert's good at, bro. You feel me? Like, Mostert even said himself, one of the main reasons why he came to the Raiders was because Chip's here, bro. You feel me? Like, I'm excited, bro. This running game is going to be night and day what it was last year, bro.
Oh my God,
and fucking day, bro. Not it's you go from historically bad to don't like I think Jay fucking Twine was saying earlier. The only way this shit fucks up, dude, it's got to be a diabolical collapse, doc. If there's not something diabolical that happens to our motherfucking team, dude, our running game is literally gonna go from 32nd. I believe we can definitely have a top 10 running room this year, bro. Definitely, dog. Just Jitty alone, I think, will give us a top 10 running room.
We better at least be better than last season. I mean, that's not a very high bar at all. That's as low of a bar as you can get. Like I keep saying, that was historically bad. That's one of the, if not the worst running back room we've ever had in our history. You know what I'm saying? And I remember debating this with JT. He's in the chat.
Terrible.
And JT, I love you, man. But I remember you said that the running back room is not the problem. How can it not be the problem when they were dead last? That is a problem.
The only position group that was ranked dead last.
Last, worst in our history.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
I think the running game has a two-piece to it. You know, yes, it's on the running backs, but it also, you know, part of it's on the O-line. And I'm not saying the O-line was the sole reason as to why we were 32, but they definitely were a part of that part of the 32. So that might be, you know, the way, you know, some people are approaching it. But I think again,
at the same time with the offensive line, Sincere McCormick and Amir Abdullah ran behind the same offensive line, and they found a way to get the job done.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just saying.
There's two things that are really wrong with Zamir White, bro. Number one, by far, his vision is fucked. It's either the hole's there and he's hitting it or the play's over. So that's number one. And number two, he's got no contact balance, dude. The moment he gets hit, he falls. You see on this motherfucker, dude, he'll fall down.
He talked about it too.
Biggest fucking issues, dude. He'll find the hole and then he'll get sneezed on and fall.
So. He talked about that in his presser too. You know, he's like, I'm working on that. So we'll see how well he worked on it.
He's big for no reason, dog. That's what Zamir White is. I'm sure a lot of us have seen SpongeBob, and I've made this fucking analogy 100 times. He's literally the fucking SpongeBob that tries to act like he's strong, that puts blow up arms to go to a fucking muscle competition, gets to the muscle competition, and then his arms blow up, dude. He's big for nothing. Once you look all big and shit, the moment them pads touch you, bro, you become fucking Larry Little, not the offensive lineman. I'm just saying some little ass dude, Larry McShitnuts. You aren't shit. He sucks, dude. He sucks. I'd honestly go out and say he's the worst running back I think I've ever seen run the ball for the Raiders, bro. And it's not fucking close. I don't think I've ever seen a running back as bad as him, dude. Like, he is fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what anybody sees in Zamir, dog. I just don't see it. And the only reason why he was drafted as high as he was because he ran behind Georgia's offensive line that had the best blocking offensive line in the country, and they just opened up holes for him.
Yeah. That's why another reason, you know, even further, that's why I don't think we'll be top 10. Just even for that, like if you're telling me we got Geno Smith at quarterback and this running game was at the basement, I don't think we'll be at the basement.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not shooting to the sky and saying that we're gonna be, you know, top 5 or anything like that. But I know we definitely gonna be better than 32. So that alone should be grounds to why we're not gonna be top 10 in the draft.
Stupid cupcakes, bitch.
Oh, I'm not even gonna argue with people. Hey, Raiders Rebel, respectfully, bro. Like, you don't know. Respectfully, bro, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro. The only reason why Zamir White did fucking anything was because our fucking offensive line was killing shit, dog. I could have ran that ball through that hole. You could have run the ball through that hole. Go back and watch some film, Raiders Rebel, respectfully, dog. That's the only reason why he fucking did that, dog. That's the only reason why. He didn't do shit. He didn't have to find a hole nowhere. He didn't do no bounce back. It was literally, he just hit the hole and it was open. He ran through that shit, dog. It was party like the fucking Red Sea, bro. So, I mean, it is what it is. Respectfully, Raiders Rebel, you need to go back and watch some film, dog.
We might have to rename this whole live and
Respectfully.
Just call it Respectfully.
Raiders Rebel respectfully told me I was dumb as hell because I thought the Raiders were going to lose under Antonio Pierce. He literally told me I didn't know what the hell I was talking about or something around those narratives because I said Antonio Pierce wasn't going to get us a winning record, bro. So, like, respectfully, Raiders Rebel, you need to go back and watch a lot of film, dude. Like, a lot of film, dog.
Hey, so, we could just split the, as well. What is that saying? You could split the baby here because I was saying how we might actually be taking 4 running backs in anyways. So I think Zamir will make the team anyway because I don't think Chris Collier is going to beat out Zamir White. So if there's 4 running backs, then you got your 2 Mostert and Genty, and then you got your 2 kind of backing them up, Zamir and Sincere McCormick. So
they usually carry 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to make the team for sure. And he's still got guarantees on this contract. They're not going to cut him.
Right.
Look, I just want him to make the team because he deserves it, not because he's just there to make up the numbers. Like I want all 3 of those guys, that at least one of those guys better ball out and beat the other 2 by a landslide to deservedly earn that number 3 spot. I don't want another preseason where it's just like last preseason, none of those guys really took the bull by the horn, and that was a big red flag for me there. You know what I'm saying? So, if none of these guys, I'm looking also at Dylan Lorby, can really play well enough in preseason against guys who are fighting for a roster spot to deserve that final roster spot for us, then I'm good at looking at like, hey, well, what's out there on the waiver wire? Like, who can we bring in that could be better? So I personally think it's going to be Sincere or maybe Dylan Lobby, but we will see. I mean, look, you guys already know my thoughts on Zamir White. I don't want to go on another rant about him, but if he plays well enough in preseason to deserve that final spot, then cool. We'll see what he does. But this is the last year's on our roster, and he better do something. 2.8 yards per carry, more fumbles and touchdowns on 60+ carries. That's not good enough.
And we just had somebody that's terrible trying to argue, bro. Anyways, it is what it is, guys. I got to get up out of here. It's 12:30. Much love, Twuan. Always a pleasure. Always enjoy joining
me. Yeah, you already know, man.
Alpha Costa.
Peace up, brother.
Time it is.
Later, bud.
You feel me?
See you tomorrow night, okay?
Yep, I'll be there tomorrow night. This is to a great Raiders season, bro. You feel me? You guys know what time it is. Go Raiders. Peace out.
Yeah, take care. All
right. Trying to get this going here. Yeah, we'll see all that, and there's still what does Pete Carroll say? There's still competition. You know what I'm saying, at that running back spot. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole lot of competition, and we'll see it during preseason for sure.
Matt Marinovich put up something, and I agree in the sense also because we talked about this a few weeks ago. I was saying that I definitely believe that JJ Pegues is going to make the 53, but he's going to make the 53 as the fullback, but they're going to use him like a utility player. He's going to be like a fullback and a defensive tackle, but he needs to make a roster spot. So I think he'll get the spot as a fullback is what they'll call him.
JJ Pegues.
He won't just
he's talking about JJ Pegues.
Yeah, Pegues.
You don't think he'll just be a D lineman and that's it?
No, because he wouldn't have been a D lineman anyways. He would have been a D tackle. But I think that we're trying to kind of like establish that defensive tackle room. So the advantage of it's the same thing. Like Tommy Millott, I think he's making the 53-man roster, but partly because if the Raiders decide to only keep 2 quarterbacks going in with Geno Smith and Aiden O'Connell for the 53-man roster, having that extra kind of third just in case that, just that alone, Tommy Millott, plus he could do the punt returns, the kick returns. He'd be a slot receiver. So, him and Pegues are going to make the 53.
As of this week, the depth chart has Pegues as the number 3 right defensive tackle. And running backs, it has Genty, Mostert, McCormick, and then White as the fourth stringer. And
Where the
they've
hell's
got
Lobby on that?
Fifth.
Okay.
They got him as the fifth stringer along with Collier. And for punt return and kick return, they got Tommy Malott for both, with the backup being Dante Thornton. And Dylan Lobby's the third stringer on returns.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like Dylan Lobby is going to end up in the practice squad. So
if he makes the team.
Yeah.
Although Chris Collier could be going too. That could be an easy cut right there. I mean, they brought him in late in the season last year. It could easily be a cut. You know, we got a shit ton of tight ends too. Jesus Christ, we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Raider Bennett's still
7 tight ends.
Yeah, no, I think they're trying to keep 3. And Pete Carroll's been talking up Ian Thomas a lot. So
that's who's the third stringer right now. It's Bowers, Mayer, and then Thomas.
I'm sure we'll have a bunch of those guys though. At least 2.
Ishmael's listed as the number 4, but he's also tied with Shorter as the other fourth stringer.
Who, Rocket Ishmael, or his son, or his
Quadri.
Yeah,
Quadri.
Okay.
Quadri. I don't know if is he related to him?
Yeah, that's his son.
That's Rocket's son.
Oh, it is his son. It is his son.
No,
wow. I was just joking. Oh, wow. That's cool.
That's the one they picked up from Baltimore, right? Wasn't he on Baltimore's team?
Yeah, that's for real. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it because I think they're only going to cover. I think they're only going to carry 3, and we already know who the first 2 are. And I think Ian Thomas, they keep bringing his name up. So obviously there must be there's definitely a reason for, for that.
Yeah, Ishmael.
Short is another guy who's in that tight end room, right?
Yeah, he's there, but if they carry 3, Shorter's gonna be coming up short.
Today we're drinking everything. No.
Nice attempt.
Sorry about that. Well, Shorter probably is going to get the short end of the stick, pun intended. But there were times towards the end of the season when I saw him on the field, especially in the red zone, and he was wide open and he wasn't even getting looked at. So he's a guy maybe just keep an eye on in preseason. He might be able to compete for that final roster spot. Whatever.
Kind of similar to, and we saw that before with, like Horsted and some of those other tight ends that kind of, they came around during camp, but they just never really latched on to the 53. Like we brought them up every once in a while, but it really wasn't, they didn't fully stick. There was another tight end. It was Horsted and somebody else. I forgot what his name was, but
are you talking about Bowers?
No, it was tight ends that we had in like preseason.
The guy with the beard. The guy with the beard.
It was another Bauer. It was
Bowers. Right. Bauer. Yeah. Whatever. These guys are just like far depth pieces, make the numbers up kind of guys. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but that's the competition, right? I think Ishmael again. I think people are high on him. There's some beat writers that have been talking about him. In regards to him being him flashing, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for him to. I think that's probably one of the tighter rooms in the that we have is the tight end room.
Well, I want to see the likes of, like I said, I guess with Zamir White, I want to see the likes of Michael Mayer and the likes of Tyree Wilson come preseason. I want to see those 3 specifically be balling out, flying off the tape, and making a statement for why they belong on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Because all the 3 of these guys have had 3-4 seasons deep, and you've they're going to get a lot of reps in preseason. So you better be balling out against these guys who are second, third stringers fighting for roster spots.
I see two of them doing that. I see two out of those three doing that.
I hope all three of them. All three of them need to do that.
I think Tyrie's not gonna. Well, I think his ship has sailed, man. You're just not even seeing it in the mini camps. He looks slow and sluggish. You know.
Yeah, the people that are on their third year this coming season is Tyree Wilson, Michael Mayer, Trey Tucker, Jacorian Bennett, Aiden O'Connell, and Christopher Smith. They're all in their third year.
Right. But those three specifically, I'm looking at like you guys really got to be standing out in preseason. There's no excuses for that, for not to be able to do that. No,
for sure. They're gonna have the opportunity though.
I'm gonna take off. It's almost 4:00 in the morning here.
Yeah. We've
later,
been
guys.
cooking,
Thanks,
man.
Juan.
Yeah, appreciate you. Hey, you guys go over to Jeff, check him out. Deacons, you guys know how to put the link in the chat and get it going for him. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that like button on his. Show some love to everybody that's on the panel. Definitely.
Happy Father's Day, Jeff.
Thanks, buddy.
Take care, Jeff. I'll see you tomorrow.
Later, guys. See ya.
Yeah.
Peace.
Hey, Alpha Kasi, I had asked this question, and I'm curious to ask this on you. Is there a player that you think may surprise us in a good way that nobody's really talking about, like you think they should be? You know, it could be like a wide receiver or O-line, anybody.
Question. I'm just trying to think. Gee, I'm drawing a blank, to be honest.
Okay.
Look, yeah. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. DeCamerion Richardson.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a player that no one's talking about. A guy. This is why. He's a second-year guy. I'm looking at maybe possibly and hopefully a second-year leap, much like Jacorian Bennett. Because remember, Jacorian Bennett struggled too year one. DeCamerion Richardson got cooked. And to be honest, I expected that when I saw that he was starting his first game on the outside. I'm like, all right, this is not going to be pretty. It's going to be a trial by fire moment, and it was. You know what I'm saying? But for me, like I like his intangibles. I like that he's very good in run support. He can tackle. This is a cornerback that doesn't lack in those departments. He struggled mightily in the coverage department, which is why he was noticed for the wrong reasons. But I'm hoping maybe he can put it together and show some progression and come year two, who can be a depth guy, maybe fourth or fifth on the roster, or like if he can develop in terms of coverage, because we play a lot of nickel, right? If that's going to be the same thing this year, we're going to play a lot of nickel. Like if he can offer something in terms of his pass coverage, if he can be better, then he may challenge for that nickel spot. I mean, if he fits the skill set, which is what Patrick Graham likes in his nickel back. Like, I mean, look what Nate Hobbs, very good in run support and was good enough in coverage. That's what I'm looking at with DeCamerion Richardson. Can he take that next step? Time will tell. But I'm just throwing it out there because you asked me for a name, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go with that.
And that one again, that's why I was like, ooh, because that it is an interesting one. He fits physically what Pete Carroll likes. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's a lollipop gill corner. You know what I'm saying? But he does also have that ability to where he could really be that guy on one of the outside spots. Is Eric Stokes really locking down one of those outside spots? Is Darian Porter really locking down one of those outside spots? Who knows? So yeah, DCAM might.
I mean, in a dime package, if there's some dime packages that Pete Carroll will run, man, it'll be pretty scary to have DCAM there too.
Well, dime is realistically like there's no reason why, like, dime is your fourth cornerback, right? So at the very least, can he at least be that? Because if he's not even that by the end of the season, then it's like, right, he's really looking like he's a bubble guy. Probably we could just move on from him, right?
Currently right now, Alfakasi, he's the backup. He's the second to Jacorian Bennett on the left cornerback slot. So he's basically backing up Jacorian.
Look, I'm not saying he's going to do this and that. I'm not expecting him to. I'm just saying, like, just speaking out loud, like, yeah. But like that's also an interesting one. I hear a lot of people talking about Eric Stokes. I mean, did anybody watch him play when he was it Green Bay?
Green Bay, yeah, he was pretty good.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Eric, the whole excitement about Eric Stokes is that covers really well. Totally understand. Like I think like the way Pete Carroll was thinking, Eric Stokes is a guy that'll definitely start. That was the whole thing, right? It should be that Jacorian Bennett will start, especially if his shoulder really is healed up and he's going to be.
I don't want to make this argument about Jacorian Bennett. No. We already.
It's not an argument, man.
I want to hear about like Eric.
Yeah, Stokes. No. But Eric Stokes, currently right now, he is listed as the starting right cornerback opposite of Jacorian. Let me see. Let me look here. Yeah.
Was he starting and was he playing well?
Yes. Yeah, he was.
On the outside?
He was the corner. Yeah,
okay.
he was.
All right.
Yeah, his backup right now is Darian Porter. So the second team part of the cornerback would be DeCamerion, Richardson, and Darian Porter. So I have heard that Darian Porter's playing a lot of team ones, but I think that it could also just be to keep Eric Stokes not getting burned out as a veteran. But
True.
Man, yeah. But Eric Stokes is like, I guess if we were playing Madden, he would be like a bridge player. He's one of those guys where, if he does really well this year, I could see the Raiders extending him. But if he just does decent, I could also see the Raiders drafting another cornerback. Or if he does decent, but then DeCamerion Richardson really pops, then that's kind of where Eric Stokes' position is. He's kind of like where Alandon Roberts is. Could we re-sign Alandon Roberts because he's still in his late 20s? Yes, we could, but we're trying to see, is he going to be the guy or,
So you see like a solid type deal at the very least, but he may not be any more than that, just solid.
Yeah. And if, I don't want to say Eric Stokes doesn't have the potential to be an all-pro because, we got to wait till he plays. But, I think Green Bay let him go partly because of money, because look what they did with Jai Alexander. They let him go too. And it's not like Jai Alexander sucked, But part of the reasons why Eric Stokes had to really step up his game too is because Jai Alexander would get hurt and stuff. So
how long has he been in the league? Stokes, what's this?
I don't want to give you the wrong information, but if I am, let me look it up. But I think this is his sixth year. Yeah, I think it's either his sixth year, sixth or fifth. But I'm gonna check right now.
Well, he's only 26 too.
Yeah, he's super young. Yeah, like that's what I was saying. He's kind of like in that bridge position.
Right. I didn't know he was a former first round talent either.
Yes.
He was a first round talent the same year we took Trayvon Mullen, Trayvon Morig and Alex Leatherwood. So yeah, he's been around. This is his 5th season. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, 5th. Yeah, see, I figured it'd be like 5th or 6th.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think that was more of a money thing. But yeah, man, if you look him up and watch some of his tapes, he's good. He's good. That was a good sign of.
Yeah, I mean, I know who he was, and I know what position we addressed when we got him, but like I haven't done my extensive research. He's one guy I haven't done my extensive research on, and I haven't knowingly watched play, but I hear a lot of people talking about him in the off season. So
yeah, yeah, and so when he came out his rookie year, he played 14 of 16 games for Green Bay Packers. That was his rookie year. He had 43 tackles, 12 assists. I'm trying to see 1 interception. Like, rookie year, he popped really well. And then again, like, there's these things that kept happening with Green Bay. Like, you're not gonna let Eric Stokes be the main man if you have Jai Alexander. So it's kind of like Alexander would get hurt, and then Eric Stokes would be there, and so it kind of. Yeah. But even last year with Green Bay, he started 7 of the 17 games. But in those 7 games, man, he had 29 tackles, 12 assists. I mean, he had the same amount of assists in half the games that he did in his rookie year. The guy. I
mean, tackling isn't really the stat that excites me with cornerbacks. I'm gonna be
no, I know, but it's okay. No, I understand what you're saying. But the thing is, if let's say you have 0 interceptions, but it's the reason why is because nobody's throwing that way. You know what I mean? Or if your interceptions are low, so you have to look at like the coverages. Because even, in fact, I don't even know, but I'll look up what Patrick Surtain's. I bet he didn't have that many interceptions for a guy who's like fully started 18 weeks. And it's because not a lot of people really want to throw to his side. So no, I think Eric Stokes will be that starter that if DeCamarion Richardson or Darian Porter all of a sudden pop mid-year, dude. I could I mean, you know what I mean, right? And then if Eric Stokes really pops, shit, then we must be doing amazing. So
I hope one of those, so at least one of those two with Porter and DeCamarion Richardson pops or just solidifies that like a rotational or situational type role year 1 for Darian Porter specifically. If he can do better than that, he's getting a lot of hype. I hope he does live up to the hype. Darian Porter.
Yeah, I mean, and you already know this, Avagazi. Like with Darian Porter, for me, I'm gonna manage my expectations. I mean, Jacorian Bennett was amazing in his second year, but he had problems in his first year. DeCamarion Richardson wasn't that great in his first year, but he might actually be amazing in his second year. So if we give the same grace to Darian Porter, we're going to be like, okay, he did all right. Now let's see how well he does in the second year,
Right. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on
that. And I think also Pete Carroll talked about it in his last press conference. He said, I'm going to put these guys out there and I'm going to, put them in places that I think they'll be successful in year 1. But as they progress, we're hoping that they get it all together. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the same thing with, the wide receiver that everybody's so falling in love with, Dante Thornton. I think he'll flash because he'll do those streaks and, he'll do all that stuff that we saw in Tennessee, but until he fully gets the route tree and grows into the complete package, that's what he's going to do until he gets it right. So it's not like we're just going to have these guys sitting there with no production. We're going to put them into places to succeed, even with the limited, tools that they do have on their belt.
Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but coverage is technically the hardest thing to master when it comes to American football. That skill set, right?
I mean, I would say
from what I hear, from people who played the game at the elite level, like to be able to be an elite coverage,
yes,
whether it be cornerback, whatever position it may be, that's the one of, if not the toughest thing to do in American football.
Yeah, well, that's also why people like Charles Woods and Will John. Like there's a definite want for cornerbacks, defensive backs that pop, especially during the draft, like a Christian Gonzalez.
And to JT's comment there too, yeah, because of the rules as well, especially because of how the game is played now. Like you got to be careful about everything you do. Could draw a flag. So.
And that's also why Avocasi was saying that, for example, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean both started off their rookie years last year for the Eagles, right? But let's take Quinyon Mitchell, who was projected to be a Raider pick last year also. Not this draft, but the year I'm talking about, the year before. But Quinyon Mitchell, who became a year one starter, I don't know what his interception count is, but I bet it's not as high as most people think, because not a lot of people wanted to throw that way in the later part of the year once they knew, oh shit, we can't throw to him, which actually helped Cooper DeJean pop. So that's
I get that part. I get that part because I mean, in Nnamdi Asomugha's later years as a Raider, I mean, his interception count wasn't exactly high either. But that doesn't tell the full story. That's because teams just were not throwing to his sector of the field. He was just locking it down entirely.
Yeah, and Nnamdi is amazing, man. I mean, I'm not saying DeCamarion Richardson is Nnamdi, but DeCamarion Richardson is almost the same size. I don't know if his skill set, because
that's probably where the comparisons end. Nnamdi wasn't a burner, you know what I mean? Like, but he just found a way to get it done.
Yeah,
he was elite of the elite.
And that's all of the little things. Like, he really knew how to read everything and then make moves before the wide receiver knew what was going to happen. And he was really he's a hell of a talent, man. I wish we got it. I wish if Darian Porter's supposed to be as good as he is, we'd be lucky if he even gets to be half as good as Nnamdi was, you know.
We'd be lucky to find any cornerback. I mean, since he's left, we just haven't found anyone who's even been half, 3/4 the player that he was. Nobody, not even close. I mean, we were so blessed in those 2000s when we had the likes of Eric Allen, Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson, Nnamdi Asomugha. Since the 2011 onwards, since those guys, it's just been not even close. Not even close.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. And well, since we're talking about the cornerbacks anyways, because Jacorian did so well last year, so Jacorian, let's say he starts, not a lot of people are going to throw that side. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a lot of people are going to be throwing Jacorian's way. So that might actually make Eric Stokes pop.
Because all Bennett needs to do is just that. If he plays at the same level than what he did last season, then we're goody. You know what I mean? But like, being that it's only his second season in the league, like, there's no reason not to expect for him to keep trending upwards. And if he gets better than he was last season, it's scary in a good way for what his ceiling can be and what he can do. But we will see. I mean, you know, we'll see which one of these young cornerbacks really takes that next step and solidifies that job or solidifies a role with the team.
The other thing too, Avocasi, that and I don't know if you knew this about Stokes, but Stokes, Bennett, Richardson, and Porter can all run to 4.3. Like, it's like a track team, bro. They're all fast. Eric Stokes, Jacorian Bennett, DeCamarion Richardson, and Darian Porter all are in that 4.3 range.
I knew that about Jacorian. I knew that about Richardson. I knew that about Porter.
But Eric Stokes is also 4.3.
Eric Stokes is 4.29. I didn't know that about Stokes.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Is it's like, man, if all four of these guys are like, speed is definitely going to be the thing. And I could also see Carroll like doing a few blitz packages off of those four guys, like blitz on this side, blitz on that side, because they're gonna go fast, man. So it'll be interesting. Size
and speed. That it seems like that's what we got on a lot of our You know what I'm saying? A lot of our picks is size and speed. So
yeah, I was gonna say
I like.
Oh, go ahead, Afakasi.
I like that they're fast. Like at the end of the day, for me, like I just want them to I care about their speed, but more importantly, I just care about I just want them to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about Nnamdi Asomugha, he wasn't the fastest guy, but he found a way to get the job done.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say the interesting thing, and I know you'll like this, Avokasi, is that Isaiah Palamau seems to be the guy that will end up becoming the starter at free safety, and he's a Pete Carroll guy, man, 6'4", 205. So
well, that's not surprising. I mean, he was their first signing in the offseason.
Yeah. I mean, he's going on his fourth year, which shocked me, man. I thought he hasn't been in the league that long, but I was like, oh shit.
He was the UDFA the same. That was McDaniel's first season with us, 2022.
Wow.
So 2, 3, 4. So 4 years. This would be his fourth season. So he's seasoned enough. Like his time is now, and he's gone through the process of he came onto the team as a UDFA, right? Zero expectations with the UDFAs. If you even get like a rotational guy, that's a win. But this guy has grinded his way. He started last season when we lost. What's that guy we had at safety?
Was it Epps that we lost?
Marcus Epps. Yeah, we lost Marcus Epps, and Palamau was making a lot of standout plays. And I've made this argument why I'm not missing Epps at all. Like, give me one play or one memorable thing that Marcus Epps did for us, and I'm drawing a blank. But then when you look at what Palamau did when he got his chance, I mean, he was defensive player of the week 1 week. I mean, there was many a times I noticed him making plays and doing some things, and I think he rightly deserved his to be re-signed and to be our starter until proven otherwise, unless one of these other safeties proves to be better. But I don't see it happening. I very well deserving, and a big win to get that out of a guy who was undrafted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's definitely made progressions as he's gone along playing safety. It's kind of one of those, and I've been hard on him, in the can we really trust him to be a starter? This is the first time, he's going to have the entire weight on him being a starter. The times that he did play starter for us, it was because of necessity, or he was just filling in for a little bit. But this is going to be, hey, you're the guy, you know what I'm saying? And playing one of the key, safety spots for us, so we'll see if he progresses and actually really fills out to be the starter he is. But as we've been talking, and as you guys have been talking about him in totality, every year it seems like he's made some form of progression at the safety position.
Yep. And this is year 4. I mean, like roundabout now is he should be around the peak of his playing prowess per se. You know what I'm saying? Or just hitting it. So yeah, I expect big things from Palamau, and I believe that the coaching regime sees that too. I mean, there's a reason why they made it a priority to make him the first signing in the offseason. So salute to Palamau. But I got to get going too, gang.
I'm about to get up out of here too, man. We getting somewhere close to 5 hours. I and Angelo have been live, so definitely. Afakasi, let them know what you got cooking on your channel, and go and let them know, man.
Just real quickly, so tomorrow night I've got the JWB crew. He's going to be duking it out on my Raiders of Fortune quiz show, so that should be good. A lot of good fun. The Raider Critique is going to help me host because Aunt Six is he's at his little brother's college graduation. He's the first member of his family to graduate, so that's a big moment for him. And salute to Aunt Six, that's my brother right there, and his little brother. So a big moment for them. So I just want to give them their shout out. And that's what I got going on. But,
I talked to him, and because I was trying to get him on this show for the schedule release, but he's like, man, I'm doing that. I was like, man, go celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, cool. Go celebrate family and that great accomplishment. So I'm happy for Auntie Six and his little brother for doing that. Definitely opening the door for his family, letting his family know that, hey, college is possible. You know what I'm saying? Schooling, graduating is possible. Is not just something everybody else does, but we could do as a family. So definitely that. Afakasi, man, hey, thanks for coming in. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in that hot fire and Raider input. You know, I got much love for you, and you already know that you the door's always open. You know what I'm saying, here at Raider Twuan for you. So definitely thank you for showing up.
Thanks for having me on, Twan. And salute to you as well, Angela. Nice to share the panel with you again. Sometimes I do fly off the handle a little bit with my takes, but
no, it's all good. It's all good, Apokasi. We're all one Raider Nation, man. But no, happy Father's Day. I don't know, I couldn't tell if it was your son or daughter in the back.
It's actually
super cute.
My beautiful niece in the background. You can't see
she, beautiful niece.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, sorry. Want to say hello? Come on, give the people away. Can you see her? She's a bit shy now. But anyways, that's my niece. I better go and look after her. But anyways, thanks for having me on my own, gang. You take care.
Right.
And, we'll
thanks, Avocado.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
So Angelo, go ahead and let them know what you got cooking. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what you got brewing on all the things that you do, because I think you got a little more stuff going than I do in some aspects, man.
No. I mean, as you guys know, whenever Captain Jack is doing something and I got to take over, I'm the co-host of the Captain Jack show, or the co-captain as they call it. So I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow night, but I might. So we'll see. So if you want to pop on that, Twan, that'd be cool. And thanks, Twan, for inviting me. I really appreciate it. You know, I like jumping on your show. It ends up being very, very fun. Good, smart conversation with everyone. Agree or disagree, you know.
Right.
And then the exciting thing that is I go on Ultimate Raider Fan 32 sometimes, but me and Turf, we've been working on it for about a year and a half. And for you guys who are still on the chat, and for people who may listen to this replay, if you didn't know, my former profession was in professional fight sports. So me and Turf had been talking about, hey, you know, we should just do one. So we now have our boxing and MMA channel, and that's called the Knockout Canvas. So please check it out. I am putting it on the link right now. This is for boxing and MMA talk with me and Turf. So yeah, the Knockout Canvas is a pretty fun show. Thanks, Twan. Yeah, pretty fun thing to check out, guys. So check that out, please. We just finished episode 1. We kind of did an impromptu Raider / NBA / Canelo Crawford talk on Thursday, but we'll do an official episode 2 here pretty soon. So and I noticed too, Twan, like every time I go on your channel, man, it seems to be that I don't know who, like how they're listening to you, but I didn't know you had a lot of different people that are into boxing and MMA. I was like, I saw threads where I was like, damn, they're just talking to themselves about what's going on at the fights right now. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's everybody. There's a wide spread of people that are, you know, on my channel. You know, not only just Raider fans. I got other NFL fans, and some of them follow sports that I don't even follow. You know, I got some Laker fans, you know, that I've connected with that now they pop in every once in a while on my channel, just to show me love, because I do the same for them. You know, on the Lakers side of it things. So yeah, man, you will be surprised the variety of people that show up to the Raider Twuan channel, especially for those that, you know, like people talk, you know, people give Piano Man, you know what I'm saying, the issue and problem, but he, you know, I let the chat go at it, let them, whatever, as long as he's not calling me a, something that, the N-word or whatever,
right,
or anything like that, I'm cool with it, especially because the moderators that I call deacons, they know how I am. So they know, hey, that's a little too far. Time out. So, I trust my deacons to go ahead and handle stuff for me. Because again, like even tonight, I was busy trying to, keep you guys on task. Also trying to, make sure I had pulled up the graphic, and
right.
I was doing a whole lot of stuff. So it helped me get a little better. Practice makes perfect, right? But definitely, yeah, it was definitely was a good time. But you guys right there is Angelo's link. Go ahead and get with that. And then
hey, just real quick, Twuan, Paul from Real Talk Raider Nation. Damn, you're up late, bro. That's awesome. So salute. I know you're coming in. So we did a whole show, Paul, on everybody's predictions across the board. I ended up with 7 and 10 as the record when we were doing it like week to week. So everybody was kind of giving me crap about that, which was kind of funny. And then we ended up having some other guys come after that show. So and Avokasi just left, Jeff just left. So yeah, man, what are you doing up so late? Happy Father's Day to you, Paul.
Pretty much had 2 shows in one. I could have cut, I could have cut this off and said, hey, come back. But no, we just kept it rolling. So yeah, I'll say it right now, we are 4 minutes away from 5 hours. So, and to be honest with you, I'm not even tired, but I definitely want to, cut this because I don't want it to be super, super long.
Right.
But yeah, man,
Angelo, Paul's having vacation with his family.
Okay.
He's catching a quick drink, he says.
Oh, okay.
Drink for the night.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. For everybody, make sure you hit the like and subscribe on all the channels. Definitely here at Raider Twuan. Angelo has his channels that he's cooking with. So get with it. I am right now, you guys, I am close to 500 subscribers. So if you guys have not subscribed over here at Raider Twuan, go ahead and join the congregation. And the way you join the congregation is hitting that subscribe button. Okay. Go ahead and do that. Okay. Also, here at Raider Twuan, we do not have super chats available at the moment, but if you're interested in doing so, we also have that available to you through Cash App and Venmo. So if you are interested in just being a blessing to the channel, you can do that also. And let me just put the links in the chat for that. There we go. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Hey, look, we're gonna wrap this up. You guys know how I do it all the time here at Raider Twuan. We are advocates for being an organ donor. If you are interested in being an organ donor, the information is always down in the description of all my videos and all my lives. So yes, it is in the description section. Go ahead and check it out. You know what I'm saying? And definitely sign up to be a donor. You don't know how much that will be a blessing to somebody in their life by signing up to be an organ donor. And again, your organs are going to be in a box. You might as well be, when you die, it's just going to be sitting in a box. So you might as well be a blessing to someone else. Hit that like button.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
And remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And I know Angelo's here. and I know he's gonna feel what I'm about to say. Let's go, Raiders.
What up, Lo?
Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Man, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John can pursue his dreams. Tonight is Wednesday on the road, and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.